Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be checking out the $52 Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. So I'm going to be checking out a few things with this primer today. I'm going to see if it makes your makeup apply any better, if your foundation just glides across your face any better with this primer on versus without the primer. I'm also going to see if it makes the makeup look any better after you've applied everything. And I'm going to be doing a wear test to see if it makes the makeup last any longer throughout the day. So I do already have the primer on one side of my face. So let me know if you can already tell which side of my face has the primer and which one does not. But before we get into the video, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I really hope that you'll consider subscribing today. I am really close to reaching 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I would really love it if you would join me and help me out in reaching 1,000 subscribers. If you do subscribe, please let me know in the comments so I can be sure to say thank you, because I would be so grateful if you join my channel today. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. So before this primer came out, Tatcha had more of like a putty version of it, so I'll put a picture up on the screen. Even though I don't wear primer all the time, I really wanted to try this one because everybody kept talking about it, but the price tag always made me apprehensive. And then e.l.f. came out with their version of it, and everybody was saying it was like a dupe to the Tatcha primer. So I figured I'll try the e.l.f. one because that's a lot cheaper. And then I kept trying to buy it on e.l.f.'s website and other places that sell e.l.f., and it was sold out for months. And then eventually it was kind of like out of sight, out of mind. I just forgot about it over time. And then Tatcha came out with this one. As far as I know, there isn't like a drugstore or like a cheaper dupe to this. If anybody knows the one, let me know in the comments. But when this one came out, I decided to try it because number one, I don't know what my problem is. I just keep buying makeup while we're on quarantine. I've just been spending a whole lot of money on makeup and everything that I can find on Amazon for whatever reason. So I just decided to treat myself to this, and I think I would like this better than like the putty version anyway, just because this is a liquid one. Even though I did just buy, I'm shaking this up just because it's been sitting for a while. I did just buy the e.l.f. putty primer, so I am going to be trying that one when it arrives, but I feel like this one I would like better than like a putty version anyway. So what I'm going to do is I just have moisturizer on my face, and I like to always use this side of my face as the tester side. So I'm going to put the primer on this side of my face, and then we'll do no primer over here. Let me know in the comments if you notice any difference with my lighting. I felt like in my last video my lighting was kind of like too bright, so I toned it down just a little bit. So let me know if you notice a difference. So with this particular primer, it's not supposed to give you any type of finish. Like, it's not supposed to be mattifying or like dewy or anything like that. It's just really supposed to like smooth the surface of your skin, which is why I'm putting it all over on this side of my face. If it were like a mattifying primer, I would normally just put that kind of like in my T-zone, but for this one I'm gonna put it all over on this side of my face. So what I'm noticing right off the bat is the side of my face with the primer on it. It does look smoother, and like I said, it's not supposed to be a mattifying primer, but I am noticing that it has taken away the shine from my forehead and around my nose, and I feel like my face does look smoother. It feels really nice on the skin. I do feel like it made my skin like nice and soft. This feels like skincare, and that's one of the reasons I decided to buy this, because I figured even if I don't like it as a primer, I'll probably still be able to use it just as skincare. So far it feels really nice. It feels really smooth. I like the way my face feels over here. It feels kind of bouncy like. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my foundation on top of the primer. I'm gonna be using my Fenty Hydrating foundation. I'm mixing shades 340 and 380. So I'm just going in with a pump of each, and I'm going to be blending that out with my sponge. So just applying this over the primer. I don't really notice too much of a difference, but you know, I wasn't really expecting to really notice anything until I can compare it to the other side without my primer. I do have to say though, like, for those of you who may be new to my channel or haven't seen me do like a foundation type review, I do have to say that it looks smoother with this Tatcha primer. Like, usually I don't wear primers usually, like I wear them here and there, but with this particular foundation, I've been wearing this a lot lately, but I haven't been using it with a primer. As a matter of fact, I think I've only tried this one with one other primer, one of the Fenty ones, and I can tell that it does look like smoother on my skin. So far so good. Okay, I'm gonna apply foundation to this side of my face, and remember, I don't have any primer over here. I just have my moisturizer over here. And I'm gonna take the other side of the sponge just to make sure that I'm not getting any primer on this side of my face. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can get a really close look. Let me know if you see a difference. I see a difference. I do actually feel like the side with the Tatcha primer, it looks better. I feel like my face looks smoother. I feel like, I can't really explain it, but like on this side of my face, I keep feeling like the foundation looks a little lighter, not in a bad way, but well, maybe lighter isn't the right word. It looks brighter, I guess. I just feel like in general, the primer, or the foundation rather, it's wearing better on this side with the primer. So let me know what y'all think. Like, I feel like around my nose, it looks a little smoother. I just feel like it does look better over here, you know? I can't really say that it made the makeup apply any better. Like, I felt like it applied just fine over both sides of my face, but I do think it looks better. Like, first impression wise, I like this side of my face a little bit better, so I am impressed with that. I'm just gonna very quickly do on camera, like whenever I'm doing like a foundation review, I always show y'all my concealer and setting powder on camera. So even though this is a primer, not a foundation, I'm gonna do that today too. So I'm going in with my regular Too Faced concealer. And I'm going to blend out my the first layer of my under eye concealer. I'm using the side of the sponge that I know I don't have primer over here, just because I don't want to mistakenly get any of the primer on this side of my face. So this is the side of the sponge that I used with on this side of my face without primer. A lot of y'all already know that I do apply my concealer in 2 layers. So I apply some, blend it out, apply a little bit more, and blend it out. And the second layer, I let that sit while I do my eyebrows. My brows are already done because I had a Zoom meeting earlier this morning, so I just did my brows for that. So now I'm just applying a little bit more. And then again, I'm making sure that I'm blending out on my chin and forehead, the side without primer. Okay, I let that second layer of concealer sit a little bit. I attempted to clean up my brows while it was sitting. I just like for this concealer to get just a little thicker to give me a little more coverage. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend out this second layer. And then I'm just gonna take my sponge one more time and just smooth everything out. I'm making sure that over here I'm using the side without primer on the sponge. Then I'm just gonna flip the sponge around to get this side of my face. And then I'm gonna set everything with my Pretty Vulgar powder. This is the one that I use most of the time. Just getting my under eye first. I'm getting the non-primer side first. Maybe I'm being a little extra with trying to remember like what side of the sponge has primer on it and which side does not. I just really want to make sure I don't get any of the primer over here to do like a true test, you know? Okay, so here's what my face is looking like so far. Again, on this side, I have the primer. Over here, I have no primer. So let me know if y'all see a difference. I feel like I can still see a difference. I feel like after adding my setting powder and all that, to me, this side of my face does look better. But let me know what you think. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup off camera. I'm gonna do like a really simple eye look and do bronzer, blush, highlighter, all that, and I'll be right back. So here's my finished look for today. I did something really simple so we could stay focused on complexion for today, and I kept my hair back so we could really see the face. So again, this is the side of my face with the Tatcha primer. And this is the side of my face without. and even after doing all of my makeup, I still notice a difference over here. I just feel like this whole side of my face looks smoother. It just overall, it looks better. So let me know what y'all think. So I definitely think the primer does a good job at making the makeup look better, at least when you first put it on. But I'm also going to do a wear test with this. So remember, I have oily skin, so I'm checking to see if it makes the makeup wear any longer. This isn't a mattifying primer, but I'm just wondering if it makes the makeup like stay in place any longer, and if it keeps me less shiny any longer than say not wearing a primer. So we're going to be doing a wear test, and it is 1:39 in the afternoon now. So I'm on my way back to work downstairs in my living room. So I'll probably be back maybe about 6 o'clock, and we are going to see what we're looking like. So I'll see y'all in a little bit. Okay, so we're back and it is 7:39. So I've made it to about 6 hours of wear with this primer on. So I'll give you guys a close-up so you can really see. Again, this is the side of my face with the primer. This is the side without the primer. So I'm sure you guys can see on both sides of my face I'm getting a little oily. So remember, this primer is not a mattifying primer, but it is supposed to help make your makeup last longer throughout the day. So I've gotten to 6 hours. That's pretty much like my go-to time for testing out complexion products, because that's about the amount of time that I'm gonna have a full face of makeup on anyway. I usually don't test out foundations and primers and complexion products for like 10-12 hours because I rarely have on makeup for that long anyway. So I feel like the primer side, it looks nice. It is shiny, but it's just like a little less shiny than the non-primer side. So I will say that I do see a difference, but it's not a big enough of a difference for me to want to pay $52 for this again. Maybe if this was like $35, maybe $40, I would think about repurchasing it, but I feel like $52 for me is a little up there. If I'm gonna pay $52, like, you need to really like make me change my mind about primer being like absolutely necessary for me, and I don't think that this product did that. Now, I said in the beginning of the video that if I didn't like this as a primer, I think I could still use it as a moisturizer. I do think it feels really good on the face. It applies really smoothly. It does help you curb the oiliness if you do have oily skin. So I can see myself getting a lot of use out of this just as a moisturizer, and I may even use it underneath my foundation just to get some use out of it, because I do think when I first put the foundation on 6 hours ago, I did think that the primer side looked smoother. It just looked more, you know, put together, but I don't think it really did too much that's noticeable in terms of making my makeup last a little bit longer, because I feel like on both sides of my face I'm starting to get oily. I think that I noticed that on the primer side I am a little less oily. I think I noticed that because I'm really looking for it, but I feel like if somebody saw me, they wouldn't be able to say like, oh, you're a lot less oily on this side of your face. I feel like I'm just seeing it just because I'm looking for it for the sake of the video. So for that reason, I mean, this is nice. It feels good on the face, and like I said, it definitely made my makeup look smoother when I first put it on, but I don't think I'm gonna repurchase this for $52. So those are my thoughts on this $52 primer. So I really hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. I really hope that you'll consider subscribing today, and I hope to see y'all back here for my next video. Until then, take care. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.